In the next 60 minutes, you're getting everything a Superman fan needs to know this week, from the world's most expensive comic book to Critics' Choice Awards recognitions, from ILM's visual effects breakdowns, and so much more. Tonight, we're also going to be talking about the world's most expensive comic book. We've done the research, gathered the sources, and we're breaking it all down tonight in Superman Homepage Live. Welcome, my name is Steve Eunice. Joining me, as always, are my two good friends and co-hosts, Michael Bailey. Hello, Michael.
I don't know if I can handle that intro. That was like, I've done no research. I showed up. I mean, you're writing a lot of checks. I don't think I can cash tonight, Steve.
Yeah.
Don't tell everyone now secrets. And Mark Lax. Hello, Mark.
Hello, gentlemen.
He's letting us down, Mark. Like, he's already admitting that we don't do any research, we don't do any kind of behind the scenes stuff. We just fly by the seat of our pants, and folks trust us. And here he is. I don't know. After all this time, Michael, you've let me down.
Well, Steve, I never lie.
But we do live Superman 24/7, so the research is there. It's unspoken.
Yeah, I think I'll agree with that. I mean, I've read enough that I think I can wing it.
Very good. Well, apologize for the amount of skin I'm showing tonight. It is, in your terms, 95 degrees, 35 here for people doing the centigrade thing. So Celsius, whatever it is. But for Fahrenheit, 95 degrees. So I've got the Superman homepage tank top on. So I got the fan sitting next to me. Not as in a fan, but as in a literal fan. And I'm melting here.
Do you have
That's okay. It's going to be 35 degrees Fahrenheit later this week for us. So
yeah, it's balmy. All right, well, let's get into tonight's topics, and we will start with the movie news side of things, where James Gunn has shared another photo of the. Actually, before we get into the movie stuff, we need to do some of the housekeeping things, how people can get involved in the show, and I'm getting carried away. I'm just melting. My brain's melting. So let's get into the housekeeping stuff now. Firstly, if you're watching us live via Instagram, then feel free to go supermanhomepage.com/live if you want to see the full picture, if you're only seeing the middle third and you want to see everything else that's going on. But tonight we want to thank our sponsors and patrons, our Superman homepage champions. They are Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, Tina Murray, Rick Schutzow, Jamie Klingensmith, and Cara Lucker. Thank you so much for your financial support, keeping this show free for everyone. We really appreciate everything you do for us. Now, if you'd like to join those fine folks and have your name read out at the beginning and end of every Superman homepage live show, then you simply have to go to patreon.com/Superman homepage. So you can do that and support the show. But during tonight's show, we sometimes like to take live callers, and we might have time tonight. So Michael is going to go through and explain just how you go about doing that.
Oh, it's really simple, even though I'm on a bit of a delay, so I apologize for that tonight. It's going to be kind of weird. You just go to supermanhomepage.com/live and press the call now button, or you can scan the QR code with your smartphone. Now, if you are watching us on a computer or a laptop, and you're using an external speaker, please do that if we have you on, because we are on a bit of delay and that kind of screws things up. Also, if you're using your smartphone to talk to us, please use your headset, your AirPods, your microphone, whatever. Just don't use speakerphone because it screws things up.
Yes, indeed. Now, if you're a little bit shy and don't want to get on the phone to talk to us live tonight, then feel free to participate in the comments there on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Michael, Mark, and I can see what you're having to say, answer any questions you might ask, and continue to respond to those comments as the show goes along tonight. So without any further ado, as I said, we'd like to start with movie news, and let's start there with James Gunn giving us another photo of the storyboards that he has created for the upcoming sequel to Superman, titled Man of Tomorrow. He wrote in his Instagram, on pretty much every social media account that he's got, he said, new stack of storyboards ready for the crew Monday morning, #MOT, which obviously stands for Man of Tomorrow. So today they were obviously in on it, getting into it, starting things for the production side of things. I believe that they are starting filming in April. So, but obviously there's a lot of pre-production stuff that needs to take place leading up to the cast members coming in and starting to film their roles.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. He's doing what he always does, is kind of like teasing us, which is fine. That is a massive stack of storyboards, and I like that he's showing us that it's actually happening, and I think for a lot of Superman fans, we kind of need that because we've been promised things before that didn't happen. But it's kind of nice to see like physical evidence that things are actually proceeding apace.
Yeah. I wonder all those storyboard cards. I mean, my God, it's and then those are all the drawings and things to to see kind of map out what they're trying to if I'm correct what they're trying to do in the scene. That's a lot, but this could be like a 3.5 hour movie.
Well, I mean,
well, it'll probably be another stack. There'll probably be
there are more
stack.
than definitely. I mean, not each card is not necessarily a one scene or whatever. Sometimes there's motion in there for showing what they want and how the character, where the camera needs to pan, but it is pretty much, as you said, it's almost like a comic book form of the movie in a very rudimentary fashion, in that it just gives the cinematographer and everybody else who's involved with setting up the sets, where things are, where the actors will be positioned, what kind of motion they're looking for, where the camera is moving, and what kind of action is happening in each scene. So James Gunn pretty much kind of scribbles on these and does these little rudimentary drawings, and it's every filmmaker does something of the kind, but not necessarily to the depth of detail that James Gunn does, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know if sharing as much is like the best of ideas. I know that there's like a thirst for that kind of thing, and it's like on the internet now, things are announced like 15 years before they actually happen. But on the other hand, I think one of the things that this film, that the one that came out back in July, has proven is that there's like this entirely new generation of Superman fans, and there are people that are really excited for this. So maybe I'm just being cranky, which is entirely possible. It's been that kind of week.
We don't want to spoil. We don't want to get spoiled. We don't want to have anything over the top given to us that is, going to give us what the movie is necessarily about without, but it's just kind of, and he's done this photo in a particular way so that we are looking at just the side of the cards. We can see the stack. We can't see any images. We can't see any real, details as to what it is, what's in them. So it's kind of, like you said, a bit of a tease without spoiling anything. We just know that there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes. Just answering a question that's been put in by Mr. Matlock 2012 in the YouTube comments. He says, is Tom Welling going to try out for Batman / Bruce Wayne in James Gunn's DCU? No. So what happened here, Tom Welling was at a convention and somebody asked him, obviously Tom Welling having played Clark Kent in the Smallville TV series, somebody asked him, if you were to play a role in an upcoming movie, what role would you like to play? And he said, I would play Batman. He would choose Batman. It's not to say that he is trying out for Batman or that he's even considering playing Batman. Someone's just asked him, other than Clark Kent, now being older, who would you like to play in the DC universe? And he's just simply answered, that Batman would be his choice. That's not saying that he's trying to throw his hat in the ring to play Batman or that he's trying out to play Batman. It's just answering a fan question at a convention. Simple as that. But people have run with this story and created headlines that have blown it out of proportion, and that's why you haven't seen it reported as such on the Superman homepage, because we don't do that.
I just wonders how he would play Batman without wearing the costume. I mean, he seems adverse to such things.
Yeah,
so
it's all Bruce Wayne.
Like, is he just gonna? He's just gonna walk around in like a black jacket with a gray T-shirt, and that's gonna be like his first costume. And then he's gonna be in a trench coat. It's gonna be great. I can see the whole thing.
It'll have the bat. The trench coat. Then will have the bat on his like T-shirt. Then once you're wearing the trench coat, and then from there, he'll do a shirt rip, and it'll be I don't know.
Yeah, so folks, he's not playing or even trying out for Batman. He's just answering a fan question about what character he would like to play if he was to choose, and that's all it is. That's nothing more than that. It's just like me asking Michael, which character in the DC universe would you like to play in an upcoming movie?
I don't know. Most people would say Bibbo. If Venkman was watching tonight, he would definitely want me to do Bibbo.
So, folks, we're going to write a story now that says Michael Bailey is trying out for Bibbo in James Gunn's Superman universe. That's how the internet works.
Congratulations, Michael. You're going to play Bibbo. That's fantastic.
Well done.
You heard it here first, folks.
Dream come true. Veritable dream come true. I never thought this I never thought this would happen to me.
Well, there you go.
All right. Well, let's
Celeste
move on
to play Robin. I'm down for that. By the way, I think Celeste would make a great Robin. So right here, you heard it first. Celeste is going to be Robin in the DCU.
That's it.
There you go.
Along with Tom Welling. It's going to be great. I mean,
congratulations to all three of you.
We can cast this entire universe right now, Steve. Let's go for it.
Very good.
Steve Eunice, by the way, everybody, is going to be playing the Ultra Humanite. Just
there you go.
There.
Well, yeah, I mean, Nicholas Holt's already taken the bald character in this movie, so.
Well, that's the great thing. The Ultra Humanite was bald in the beginning.
Yeah,
His
that's
first
true.
incarnation,
That's
he was a bald guy. So you're great.
All good, ready to go. Actually, Nicholas Hoult is his Lex Luthor is going to die from kryptonite poisoning, and they're going to bring back the Australian accent Lex Luthor. And that's where I'm coming in.
I love that.
I should wait to throw my joke before Michael's finished drinking his water.
Well, at least your accent would be, and this is nothing against
authentic.
the audio drama or anything. At least it'd be like slightly better than William Hootkins in the Superman Lives audio drama from 1993.
Yeah.
So,
very good. All right. Well, in all seriousness, the James Gunn Superman movie has landed some Critics' Choice Association shortlists category across multiple categories. So it's we heard that it was being put forward for a number of different awards, across different categories, but it has been shortlisted in a number of Critics' Choice Awards categories, including, let's see, what have they got here? It was 4 technical categories, so hair and makeup, sound, visual effects, and the newly introduced stunt design category. So congrats on the shortlisting, I guess. It hasn't actually been nominated yet, but it has been shortlisted, and the Critics' Choice Association members will then go through and cut down those shortlists to a number of nominees.
Yeah, I like that it's being appreciated like that. And the Critics' Choice is probably where we're going to see more of the main cast win anything if we're going to see them win something. Because it's usually a better chance there than like at the Oscars. Nothing against the Oscars or the cast. It's just Superman films don't usually get nominated for these types of things in like Best Actor or Best Supporting Actor.
No. Which is what I said the last time when people were talking about, the Oscar, putting it up for an Oscar or something. And it's not that, some people don't deserve it. It's just these types of movies, they don't, the Academy doesn't necessarily take it seriously, and yet some of the movies that get nominated are like, are you kidding me? I mean, I'm not saying that this should be nominated and win Best Picture. I'm just saying that you could look at some of the. I mean, again, like Nicholas Holt is always a standout to me as of all the performers who probably should get nominated, maybe not win, but at least get a nomination. But that's not going to happen because it just doesn't happen with these movies, unfortunately. I mean, look, I don't know anything, but I'm just saying from what I know from the Oscars and whatever, it just doesn't seem to happen for these types of movies.
No, it's true. It doesn't seem to happen. I mean, it has for some of the better ones, but we'll wait and see when those nominations do come out, what categories Superman, if any, gets listed in. So congrats to those shortlisted folks. So wait and see when the complete final nominations are announced following the completion of this early round of voting. All right, so that's the Critics' Choice Awards. Now, if you're interested in how some of those special effects and things happen, ILM, so Industrial Light and Magic, has pulled back the curtain on some of the visual effects work that took place for James Gunn's Superman movie. In a comprehensive interview, the visual effects supervisor Enrico Dam and his team shared some fascinating insights into the different areas of visual effects. There are approximately 560 visual effects shots handled across ILM's studios, and here were some of the images that they showed, the before and after, in that article and interview. So I didn't realize that he wore a kind of hairnet cap thing so that they could then animate his hair and obviously the cape. But that's a really interesting kind of comparison there of the shots and how that works.
He looks like he's about to go swimming.
Yeah, in that. Yeah, you don't want to get your hair wet.
No.
And then another one was obviously here they used the blue screen motion capture things with the background with those little dots to let them know where things need to be adjusted and moved, and then that's the final shot from the film that shows you how they get the background, and obviously the cape is part of that. But yeah, it's really interesting to see just how many things you don't realize are not actual physical shots. They're all done in the visual effects department later on. So yeah, it's a great article. If you want to check it out, we've got a report on it on our website, but it's on ilm.com. But I always love to see these behind the scenes looks at how they make these films because I just find it really fascinating.
Yeah, I'm always interested in what's real and what's not. The fact that his hair was computer animated film, that we talked during the production when the movie was being made that it seemed like the cape was going to be real through most of the film. And I guess every once in a while, having it in a shot like that where computer animated is fine.
Sorry, Michael, you're breaking up a little bit there, but hopefully that clears up shortly. Mark, your thoughts on the special effects and yeah, just how many things are not actually physically done and later put in to the post-production side of things.
It doesn't ruin it for me. It's so fascinating to look behind the scenes, and then when you find out, oh, well, this is really what it was, and not that. It's like I'm not going to watch the movie now and think of him with a hairnet. It doesn't it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't ruin anything. It looks great, and it's just more fascinating to see.
Yeah, it is. It's really fascinating. Now Mark's frozen, so I don't know what's going on Hopefully this all sorts itself out. But all right, going to push on, and I might just quit some of my own applications here in the background and see if that helps with some of what's going on. Maybe it's the software on this side of things, but we'll get that all sorted and continue to push on with the show. All right, let's move on to the next topic, and we are looking at the art. We're talking about the making of movies and things that go on. The Superman, the art and making of the film hardcover book is now available. I've got the cover right here for you to look at. This is, again, looking at all the special effects. It's looking at the way the film was put together, and it represents all the different work and all the different departments that go through making the robots, making the Fortress of Solitude, designing Krypto. All those kinds of things are in this book, which is available now to order on Amazon. And we have the link up on our website if you're interested in checking that out. But again, always fascinating to look at the behind the scenes work for these films.
Yeah, it's kind of funny seeing the book actually out when we talked about it so many months ago. It just seems to be
Many
that
months ago.
way with things nowadays. Like, yeah, I get that you want to hype up things, but I think you could have like waited like a month, or maybe they're trying to strike while the iron is hot with the movie, and the
Maybe.
book just wasn't available yet.
Are we
Sorry, Mark.
back? Am I
Yeah,
back?
you're back. You're back. You good?
Okay. Yeah, no, I think so. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, Phantom Zone internet. People are getting lost into the Phantom Zone, as Sith happens says in the comments. Still on the is it expensive? Says Mr. Matlock. Good question. I have to quickly look up the cost of the book. Give me a second, and I will find the details for you. And I'll let you know the price for you before too long. So just give me 1 second. Let's have a look. It is $40.26 in hardcover, but it is available for the Kindle if you're interested, which is $28.23. So that's the pricing for that book. All right. If you're in the UK and you haven't purchased the Superman movie on Blu-ray or DVD, then there is a new steelbook out from HMV. Just turn that book off there. So this is the exclusive limited edition 4K Ultra HD steelbook from HMV. It's set to be released on December 15th, so just before Christmas. It is $34.99. That's pounds. So if you're interested and haven't purchased it yet, or want to get the steelbook editions, then this is the one from HMV, which I think is a replica or similar to the one that was released in France. But this is different to what was released in the USA.
I like the shot of the fortress opening on the cover there. It's sharp.
Yeah, very sharp. So, yeah, that's the steelbook version for HMV in the UK. All right, so that is where we're at with the Superman movie. But speaking of things that you might want to purchase, being that it's all Black Friday this week and everything's happening with Cyber Monday and all that, my book about the Superman movie, Beyond the Cape, is now 20% off the regular retail price. So it was $21.99 for the paperback, which is what I've got here. It is now $17.59 if you are interested in purchasing the paperback edition, and that will be for the next week. So that sale runs from now till December 1st. So make sure you don't miss out if you want to purchase my book about the complete journey to James Gunn's film. And speaking about books, my next book which I've been working on for a bit longer than that, is coming out. This is my author's copy. Man of Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow, a calendar of significant birthdays, premieres, and milestones in Superman's history. This is hardcover. This one has a foreword by Aaron Smolinski, and it was very fitting that he was the gentleman that I asked to write the foreword, because he has definitely been part of Superman's historic journey throughout his life. And so there is a foreword by him, and this is going to be available December 1st on Amazon in hardcover exclusively. The paperback version and Kindle or ebook version will come out in February. But that's my next book, Man of Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow. Do you like the way I designed it so that it looks like Man of Tomorrow? Instead, you can't see the smaller.
Yeah.
You know where I was going with that.
Very good.
So, yeah, looking forward to that one coming out. That is, I mean, you know, a lot of research and time has gone into just cataloging all the major birthdays, premiere dates, milestones, things that have happened in the world of Superman over nearly 90 years, cataloged into a calendar-based kind of narrative. So it goes, each chapter is a month of the year. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one coming out next week.
Very cool, very exciting. Just in time for
Just in time for Christmas. Exactly. So there'll be a few promotions and excerpts and things like that over the month of December. Looking forward to that one. And yeah, Michael, I specifically put your birthday on the front of the front cover.
I appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. Immortalized in hardcover. I mean, I never thought. First I'm actually in a Superman comic, and now my birthday's on the cover of a book about Superman. So it's all coming up, Mike.
That's right. All right, very good. So that is where we're at.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're at around the halfway mark of tonight's show. We're going to come back on the flip side to talk a little bit about Zack Snyder. We're going to be doing This Week in History. We've got our regular monthly super secret soundbite, This Week in History. So much to get through in the second half hour of tonight's show. So don't go anywhere. Stick with us. We've got so much to get through. Might help if I actually press the right button.
We'll be back in a moment with the exciting climax of today's episode. So stand by.
If you're enjoying Superman Homepage Live, then please like and share this video with your family and friends. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, then you can click on the bell to receive notifications whenever we post a new video. You can also join our YouTube membership program. Just click the join button below. Or you can become a patron and support our website by going to patreon.com/Superman Homepage.
From chaos to hope, from uncertainty to a new vision, the complete chronicle of DC Studios' ambitious reboot. Every announcement, every casting choice, every milestone. Follow the entire journey of James Gunn's Superman, from the first announcement to the box office triumph, the definitive timeline of how a legend was reborn. From Steve Eunice, the owner of SupermanHomepage.com, comes the definitive chronicle of 2025's most anticipated superhero film, Beyond the Cape, now available on Amazon. The story behind the legend.
Look, up in the sky.
It's a bird.
It's a plane. No, it's SupermanHomepage.com, the #1 Superman fan site in the world. SupermanHomepage.com, covering the world of Superman from the 1930s to today. News, reviews, rumors, and reports. SupermanHomepage.com for all your Superman comics, TV shows, movies, cartoons, radio shows, and more. Everything you ever wanted to know about the Man of Steel and more. SupermanHomepage.com.
Thanks, Superman Homepage, for all the support over the years. I really appreciate it.
I'm Matt Bomer. I'm the voice of Superman and Superman Unbound, and this is the Superman Homepage.
Right here on Superman Homepage.
SupermanHomepage.com? All right.
Hey, this is Christopher Gorham. You're on the Superman Homepage.
Hey, this is Sam Witwer, and you're watching Superman Homepage.
Hi, this is Jason J. Lewis, the voice of Superman from Justice League Action. You're listening to SupermanHomepage.com.
This is James Konachek, the voice of Superman.
This is Jeff Loeb, and you're listening to SupermanHomepage.com.
This is John Hames Newton, and you're listening to SupermanHomepage.com.
This is Jack O'Halloran on SupermanHomepage.com.
Hi, I'm Tim Daly, the voice of Superman, here on Superman Homepage.
Faster than a bursting bubble, cleaner than a whistle. It's me, the Soaky Kid, with two brand new Soaky Fun Bath characters, Superman and Tennessee Tuxedo.
Tennessee, penguins can't fly.
I happen to be skydiving.
Without a parachute?
I knew I forgot something. Thanks, Superman. Look, two brand new Soaky toys.
Great stars, it's me, Superman.
And me, Tennessee Tuxedo. Time to wash up.
Up, and away!
Soaky soaks you clean in
Oceans full of fun.
Scrubbly, bubbly, flippity, floppity.
Clean before you're done.
Soaky soaks you clean, and every girl and boy gets a toy. When it's empty, it's a toy.
And we're back on Superman Homepage Live. All right, want to get into Zack Snyder's recent post on Instagram. Sadly, it looks like Michael might have frozen on us, leaning out of the picture. But Zack Snyder celebrating his 400,000 followers on Instagram. He's really recently joined Instagram and quickly climbed to 400,000 followers. Mm-hmm. And he shared this behind-the-scenes image of Henry Cavill as Superman on his Instagram account. And the photo appears to be taken during the Battle of Smallville sequence in Man of Steel, when Superman takes on Faora and Namek. And it's black and white, which is Zack Snyder's want. And people were commenting on the fact that Superman is shown amongst rubble, destruction once again. But that's Zack Snyder. So it's a nice image, but celebrating 400,000 followers on his Instagram account.
Yes, congratulations, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, look, so these behind the scenes that he's been showing, I mean, they're pretty cool to see these pictures, these photos. I still think he's playing us, but again, they are nice behind the scenes photos, so I have no problem with that.
Michael.
Am I here? Am I not frozen?
No, you're
nope,
good.
I'm frozen
back.
again.
You're back.
There we go. It's just not my night. I was just thinking, looking at that picture, that it looks like the Hardee's commercial he was in at the time, and it's like, I mean, that's bold as a behind the scenes photos, but it's funny. It's like it's like basically encapsulates everyone.
He encapsulates what everyone says about Zack Snyder completely. But anyway, that's his latest image. So we push on, and we previously mentioned the Critics' Choice Awards. Earlier this month, the 10th Annual Critics' Choice Documentary Awards Gala took place in New York City. And a little short documentary titled Saving Superman, which we referenced and spoke about back in 2024. It won the Best Short Documentary at these Critics' Choice Awards for documentaries. It was executive produced by Brendan Fraser, and it is a story about a 57-year-old man with autism named Jonathan, who is also known as Superman amongst his local community. and he does some heroic actions, and he's a revered member of his community. And he's it's a really touching story, which we've spoken about here and showed some snippets here before. So congratulations to everyone involved in this great little documentary, Saving Superman. And I think it's a very worthy winner. So I'm very happy for everyone involved.
Yeah. It's just, I've never, I haven't seen it or anything, but it's just nice to see how someone is embraces the character, and people who embrace him for embracing the character and just being, it just seems to being just a very wonderful person, and and congratulations to Brendan Fraser for bringing this to us.
Yeah.
And letting us see this, and I hope eventually I do get to see it.
Yeah, well, it is available. It's 10 minutes long, and it's available on our website at the announcement about this award. If you're interested, definitely just go to supermanhomepage.com, see the Saving Superman takes home Critics' Choice Award for Best Short Documentary article, and you'll be able to watch not just the receiving of the award, but also the actual movie, 10-minute documentary itself. So, definitely check that out if you want. All right, time to jump on to some of our regular segments. We're going to start with the super secret soundbite. Here we go.
Only one thing alive with less than 4 legs can hear this frequency, Superman, and that's you.
All right, so last month we played this as our super secret soundbite. Take a listen.
Well, I hope you don't expect me to save you, because I don't do that anymore.
Don't worry. I'm long past saving.
And that sound was obviously from the movie Superman 3. And we had 4 people guess where in the world that sound came from. And those 4 people were... I'm just trying to find the... Mark, have you got that information right there in front of you?
Did he freeze again?
No. Michael frozen, but okay. Well,
yeah.
I'll give you the 4 names of the people who correctly guessed where in the world of Superman that same sound came from. They were Jamie S. Klingensmith, Alex Dafus, John P. Vanderpelt, and Ryan Ignatius Pratt. Congratulations to those 4 people for guessing that was from Superman 3. Let's see if those people and more can guess where in the world of Superman this new sound comes from. Have a listen. Here it comes.
You fight for the wizard. I fight for those who can't fight for themselves.
So, do you think you know where in the world of Superman that sound comes from? If you do, head to the Superman homepage website. Under the contact menu, you will find the super secret soundbite entry form. Fill out the form, send your entry in, and we will read out the names of each person who guesses where in the world of Superman that sound came from. So it's a bit of an interesting one, so hopefully more people can guess where that one came from. All right, let's move into the fan favorite segment of our show. Here we go. All right, our fan favorite question from last week was, what is your favorite Superman toy vehicle? Now, we only got one response to this, and that was from Celeste. But Celeste actually gave us a non-toy answer to this, and Celeste's answer to this question was, and I'll bring that up for you right now, I really like the modern Toyota BZ4X all-electrical SUV by Rachel Brosnahan. It's Lois Lane in James Gunn's Superman movie. Her bold personality and fierce mindset pairs perfectly with the car. I love the sleek design, even though it's above my pay grade. So not a toy vehicle, but a vehicle, nevertheless, that was involved in a Superman movie. And that was the only response we got. So not many people fans of vehicles in the toy lines. I have these two in my collection. I have this Super Coupe, which has the Superman or Clark Kent action figure that you can see there for size next to it. That's obviously from the animated series and Justice League, I think it was. Also came out with the Javelin, which was a much bigger toy vehicle, and there's the Superman action figure with it alongside that. You can sit inside the cockpit. Those two sit up on the shelf here above in my room, but there were a couple of toy vehicles that came to mind when I was thinking about this. I don't know about you guys. You have, there's the Supermobile with the fists that come out the front, but any toy vehicles that come to mind for you guys?
The Kryptonian battle armor from the 1995 line is my favorite, just because it's something literally from the comics that was made into toy form, and I thought that was cool. And I have a soft spot for the Superpowers Supermobile, which doesn't have the fists; it just has the battering ram on the front. But you also have the Lexor 7 from that line as well, which I really like. So the vehicles are not something you normally associate with Superman because he can usually get around under his own power. But that conversion coupe is just it's just such a weird toy.
It is. Mark?
I don't have any, but I think when I was a kid, they did have a super plane. Wasn't there years and years ago a plane with a blue plane with the S on it that I could have sworn I remember. Maybe it's the Mandela effect. I don't know, but I could have sworn that I remember I had one like that. Years and years.
They came out with that one where you had to kind of fling it using like an elastic, and you could fling Superman flying, but that was more of like a him, but that looked like an airplane.
Yeah.
They've come out with like Daily Planet trucks and things like that in the toy lines for Matchbox cars and things like that.
The Corgi line, which did have a superpower. The great thing about that Daily Planet truck is that it has a newspaper on it that shows Clark Kent becoming Superman. So the Daily Planet is just driving around revealing Superman's identity to the metropolis. Kind of fascinating.
Very good. So that was the fan favorite question. Our new fan favorite question. We're going on a kind of new tangent here. What is your favorite? Which actor wore your favorite version of the Superman cape? Now, Michael, Mark, and I have done a whole series of videos looking at the different costumes that have been done over the years. But what actor wore your favorite version of the cape? So let us know. The email address to send your answers to is info@supermanhomepage.com. That's info@supermanhomepage.com. And send your answers to that email address. We will read out those answers when we return to this segment next week. Now, while Michael's internet and video is really nice and clear right now, we're going to jump into This Week in History.
Come with me now, my son, as we break through the bars of your earthly confinement, traveling through time and space.
Don't jinx it there, Steve. That might be a bad idea. No, we're gonna go back to 1945 because I keep forgetting to add more fun comics to these things because he's not on the cover. But this did contain a Superboy story in it and has fat shaming on the cover, so that's really great. 1955, we have Superboy number 46, which... God, these things just keep getting weirder and weirder. Battle of Fort Small. That's just weird. We also have World's Finest Comics number 80, which came out the same week, which I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but...
He's using Superman as a crossing between the train and the Batmobile.
Oh, okay. Plank. I kind of got that, but it also looks like they just put a Superman figure, just laid it across the hood of the car. Jumping ahead to 1965, we have Action Comics number 332, which is how Superwoman trained Superboy. still with the blue skirt with I guess that's Superwoman, excuse me. Adventure Comics number 340 came out the same week, which has, I think, the first appearance of Computo, who goes on, I don't know if it's in this story, but goes on to kill one of Triplicate Girl's, one of her bodies, which is kind of horrifying. And we also had Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen number 90, which came out. And these things are just, they're never not weird in this time period. The brainwashing of Big Jimmy. I can't even look at that. 1975, we have Action Comics number 456. I have no idea what they're trying to reference in this. It's 75. A big movie came out that year. It's right there on the cover. It says Jaws. This is one of those covers that just baffles me. It's just like, you're not even trying. 1985, we have Comics number 576, where it looks like Superman is doing an interpretive dance with those aliens. We also have DC Challenge number 4. And then came out Superman, paperbacks and stuff, but we don't talk about those. 2015, though, we've got a lot. We have got Dark Knight 3, The Master Race number 1, which was despite being a Batman story, Superman and Kryptonians featured heavily. We have League of America number 5, the series that no one remembers, but yet was revealed to play into why the New 52 Superman died. We have Superman 46, which looks like Superman's really depressed at Christmas time, which is kind of sad because we're coming up on that. Superman Wonder Woman number 23, which is also continuing the Truth storyline. I remember at the time thinking, then there was the good Superman book of the time, Superman Lois and Clark number 2, which was it's basically the setup for Rebirth that we would get the next year. And we have an issue of Justice League 3001, which was had a Superman, not the Superman, but had a future Superman. But we're still going to count it, and apparently I put that one on too. Thank you for adding it, Steve. In the real world, November 23rd, which was just yesterday here in the States. It was just yesterday everywhere, but still, addressing the fact that Steve is right now. Superman and the Mole Man premiered in 1951. Fun fact about the guy with the gun. I was looking at his IMDb like last year when I was doing some research on Superman and the Mole Man, and he disappeared. Like his career, like he has nothing like this film until like the mid 60s. He got caught up in the Hollywood blacklist of the anti-communist movement that was moving in Hollywood. And I think it's really ironic that the guy that was playing the jerk, who is the kind of bad guy in this film, in real life went on to get caught up in something by real life bad guys. So there's your useless fact for the day. See, I said earlier that I do no research, and yet I come up with some research. So November 25th, which is tomorrow, Noel Neal was born in 1920. The Lois Lane for a generation of people. Say on the other end of the Lois Lane spectrum, on November 27th, Patricia Morand, who played Lois Lane in the original Broadway cast of It's a Bird, It's a Plane, It's Superman, died in 2008 of brain cancer. November 28th, which is this Friday, Jerry Ordway. Legendary, that is Kerry Gamble.
Why do they keep putting Jerry Ordway's name at the bottom of Kerry Gamble's images? They keep tricking me up.
I don't understand that either. I wasn't saying that to be mean, by the way.
I've done this so many times in the past. Every time I go for a Jerry Ordway image, it's Kerry Gamble. I'm like, why do people keep labeling it wrong?
It's nothing against Kerry Gamble. He's a great Superman artist. But Jerry, I've got a really big soft spot for this guy. I've had many, many conversations with him. He has been nothing but nice. His birthday is on Friday. And speaking of birthdays, Saturday, November 29th, is recognized as the birthday of Jimmy Olsen. So everybody on Saturday, on social media, say happy birthday to your favorite Jimmy Olsen. Because I think most of them are on social media in some form or another. So, but that is this week in history.
Thank you very much, Michael. I'm glad that all worked out there. All right, let's push on. I think we've covered all the bases as far as our regular segments are concerned. So moving on to what's happening elsewhere in the world of Superman. The big story, the one that we had as our main title for tonight's show, was the follow-up to our last week's discussion about this comic book of Superman #1 that was found in an attic, saved by these guys' mother. And after she passed away, they discovered that she had a couple of comic book issues stored away under a stack of newspapers in their family home in the attic. And amongst some Action Comics issues, there was this Superman #1 comic book, which is the not that one there, which is the highest graded available or found version of this historic comic book from 1939. And the 9.0 on the cover is very, well positioned, because this comic book sold for over $9 million US. $9.1 million. It is the world's most valuable comic book. Action Comics #1 is the first Superman comic book. We know that from 1938. But 1939 saw the very first comic book that was attributed completely to one character on its own. Like Action Comics #1 had multiple stories within the issue, but Superman #1 is completely dedicated to Superman, and that came out in 1939, the first issue, and now it is, this particular version of it is valued at $9.1 million. Amazing.
That's a good chunk of change.
I'd like to know the people. I'd like to know the person who bought it.
Yeah, it's probably some wealthy international investor of some kind, or what have you. Some prince in Abu Dhabi or something like that. But it belongs in a museum, as we are wont to say here. But it has nevertheless sold for $9.1 million, and that is a record, and it's a massive windfall for that family who, sadly mourning their mother, but have gone through her belongings, and a year later have come away with a multi-million-dollar legacy.
Yeah, the number of people that I have seen on social media this week trying to suggest that this is a fake has been pretty substantial. It's like it seems like no one believes that this thing is real. They're like, how does it look that good? It was in an attic. And I'm like, it just depends on where it was stored. I mean, I realize in North Carolina it can get kind of humid and stuff, and attics are not normally temperature regulated. But if it was put in between something and it was just kind of held there, then, if it was like left out in the sun, yeah, it's going to look like crap. But if it was trapped somewhere, I mean, they found comics trapped in walls before that are in really good condition. So I think until fraud is proven, we should probably give it the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I mean, doesn't CGC, when they grade these things, and they found that there have been multiple reprints, or when the book was, issued, there were different print runs, and this was found to be the first print run. So it's, there are experts who look at these things. They don't just kind of take them at their the word and go, yeah, okay, if you say it's an original, we'll just believe you. There's obviously research and detailed exploration and investigations done into making sure that it is valid. So anyway, that is what it is. So congratulations to those people on achieving that price. But speaking about comic books, DC released their February 2026 solicitations this week, and we highlighted for you some of the Superman-related comic books coming out from that collection, and amongst them is this Superman number 35, Superman's time in the tournament, which we're talking about DCKO, has taken its toll, and now Darkseid's Legion plans to make a massive sacrifice for their lord, and the Time Trapper is too late to stop them. And there's also coming out that same month Action Comics 1095, which has this cover right there, and that's an interesting one. I'm obviously looking at Clark Kent's earlier days in Smallville, and that one is written by Mark Waid, and it says Pete Ross knows everything about Clark Kent, or does he? After stumbling across a distressing truth about his best friend's superhero exploits, Pete is at a crossroads. Will he be a powerful ally to the Boy of Steel, or the one person capable of orchestrating his demise? So those are some books coming out in February next year.
There's also a facsimile edition of Superman number 423, which is the first part of Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow. And I admire DC's restraint in not putting that out sooner, because I figured that would have been one of the first Superman facsimile editions that they released.
Also, before we wrap up, there is a video on our website about a restoration of a 1978 Atari Superman pinball machine that was exhibited at the Melbourne Pinball Expo earlier this month. And I am trying to line up an interview to get the guys on who fixed up that machine and get them to come and talk to us from Hot Rodded Pins and discuss the whole restoration process. So just trying to tee that up. It's just a matter of getting our... it might have to be pre-recorded. They might not be able to get on to the live show just because of the time differences and scheduling. But nevertheless, looking forward to being able to talk to those guys. But the video on that complete restoration is up on our website if you're interested in that 1978 Atari pinball machine.
Well, as long as your story is, ever since they were young boys, they played the silver ball from Soho down to Brighton. They must have played it all. But you ain't seen nothing like it in any amusement hall. Well, they're probably not deaf and blind kids, but they probably do play a mean pinball.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That is a song for those who are not aware of what Michael's been rambling on about.
Yeah. Yes, it's from The Who by Tommy by The Who. So there you go.
There you go. All right, well, that is pretty much it for tonight's show. Before we tune out, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to Superman Homepage Live. Thank you for spending the past hour with us. Sorry about the technical issues we've had tonight, but we want to thank our sponsors and patrons, Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, Rick Schutzow, Jamie Klingensmith, Cara Lacker, and Tina Murray. And remember, if you want to support the Superman Homepage, just head to patreon.com/Superman Homepage. Thank you to my two co-hosts, Michael Bailey. Thank you, Michael.
Pleasure as always, Steve.
And thank you, Mark.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Now, don't forget, the complete 1 hour video of tonight's show will remain available on the Superman Homepage website and on our YouTube channel. But we'll be back next week on Monday, December 1st at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time for another edition of Superman Homepage Live. We hope you'll join us then. Until then, be sure to check out supermanhomepage.com for all your daily news updates on everything surrounding the Man of Steel. I'm Steve Eunice. On behalf of myself, Michael Bailey, Mark Lax, thanks for watching Superman Homepage Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com. Good night.